Yo, 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 it's the Prophet of Psychology, and today I'm here to bring you guys a video. It's an analyst of the Cindy Crawford and the Meaningful Beauty infomercial. I'm going to be talking about all the psychological biases, all the mental heuristics that they used on you through this video, and really show you how that this ad was so influential and able to convince so many ladies out there to buy this product. It's really stunning what they did to you in this ad. So let's get started at 19 seconds and pay attention especially to the audio at the beginning.
Now a paid presentation.
I'm going to stop it right away just so I can talk about that. They started with the symbols, and me and you probably realized that that was just to get your attention. But they also go straight into the music with the guitar and the bass. And the reason for that is it's actually been shown that music releases dopamine in your brain, right? And the interesting part about this is since dopamine is being released in your brain, it's going to make you feel better, and it's going to make you a little bit happier. Albeit you're not going to be jumping for joy, but you'll be feeling a little better, right? And if you read the book Thinking Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman, the guy, he won the Nobel Prize for in economics for prospect theory. But what he talks about in that book in one chapter is about how when we're happier, we trust our intuition more. And what that means is that we're actually more influenceable. Like, we're not going to make super logical cases. We're actually going to think more in terms of psychological biases. We're going to run with the flow. We're going to just do whatever. So really what they're doing with this music at the beginning is they're priming you, the viewer, to get ready to be influenced for all the psychological biases they're going to use on you. And trust me, there's many of them. And don't worry, we're going to cover them all in this video. So let's keep going.
For Meaningful Beauty by Cindy Crawford.
Let's stop it right here. By Cindy Crawford. All right, they're using two psychological biases right there when they say by Cindy Crawford. What they're doing is first they're using the association bias, all right? And what that means is all the traits that you associate with here, Cindy Crawford, you're going to associate with Meaningful Beauty. So if you think for a second, what do you associate with Cindy Crawford? Probably either that she's beautiful, she's a supermodel, she's a mom, she's rich, whatever. You're going to associate that kind of stuff with Meaningful Beauty, and relatively, they're all going to be positive traits. The second bias that they use here is the liking bias. All right. What the liking bias is, it's kind of like since you like somebody, you're more likely to trust what they say and believe what they say. So when they use Cindy Crawford here, a well-known model, especially in the beauty niche, and probably most of the target audience, of this company knows who Cindy Crawford is. They're going to trust this ad more, and they're going to believe more of it just for mentioning her name. It's kind of like when your friend tells you about something, you're more likely to believe it than if a stranger told you about the same thing. So let's keep going.
This is your chance to discover the natural secret that's...
All right, let's stop it right there. Let me bring it back just so I can get a better picture for you. This right here. All right, so first let's talk about the words at the bottom. We have Cindy, which I mentioned on before. They're using two biases again right there. The association and the liking bias. But her natural secret. All right, this is new. First, we'll analyze why they chose the word natural. Okay, the word natural comes with a bias, actually. And I don't know a name for it per se, but we can just call it the natural bias, the authentic bias, whatever you want. And really what it is me and you, as human beings, we prefer natural, organic, pure, real things, right? We don't like fake things. We don't like artificial or synthetic. Could you imagine if it said Cindy's synthetic secret? Trust me, conversions would be a little bit lower, and I wouldn't just say a little, they'd probably be a lot lower. So that's why they use the word natural right there. The next thing that they do is they use the word secret, Cindy's natural secret. And really what this is invoking is the curiosity bias. And this is just that as human beings, we are the most learned animals on the earth. If you want to call us animals, that's whatever you want to do. But we're the most learned species thing on the earth. And we've done this through being super curious. We're a hyper-curious species. So when they use the word secret, it's kind of like invoking our curiosity and making us want to watch further. When I hear that somebody has a secret, and you probably can relate to this, you want to know what that secret is, right? Who doesn't? And if we really want to talk about evolutionary speaking, there's actually studies that have shown that we get rewarded when we find patterns and learn new information. So by using the word secret is just a whole nother thing, but they're just going to motivate you to watch throughout the video. The last thing I want to talk about on this slide is that it chose to show a picture of a cantaloupe. And throughout this video, you're going to see that they mostly choose shots of either people's faces looking directly at the camera or fruit. And the reason for this is because in the human mind, we are more able to recognize faces quicker, and fruit and food is another one that we recognize a little bit quicker. And that's just the reason why they chose to use it fruit here. So let's keep going.
Secret that's helped Cindy literally turn back the clock.
Let's stop it right here. I just wanted to point out that this is a very, very good slide that they chose to show. And it's really what they're doing is they're using something called the reward punishment bias. It's fairly simple. We move towards reward, but we move away from pain. I mean, everybody knows this, but not everybody practices it. And right here is an excellent example of the reward pain bias, because they're showing a picture of Cindy Crawford at age 28 to 43. And to be honest, she almost looks better at 43, right? And it's just a high amount of reward, especially for this type of product. And I just wanted, to point that out here.
On visible aging.
Hosted by Valerie Bertinelli, with special guests from Gossip Girl and NCIS.
All right, so right here, what they did is they used 3 more celebrities. They used Kelly Rutherford, Valerie Bertinelli. That's not a great picture. And what's this girl's name? Cote de Pablo. So 3 times again, they're doing an association bias, the liking bias. If you like Gossip Girl, NCIS, or whatever, and whatever you associate them with too, you're going to put onto the product. And it's really just making a bigger and bigger case for why this product is so much better than anything else, and why you should trust what they have. So let's keep going.
Brought to you by Guthrie Rinker.
Hi everyone, I'm Valerie Bertinelli, here in Hollywood together with an amazing...
Listen to that. I should have pointed out before. Listen to where they are located, all right? It's quick, so pay attention.
I'm Valerie Bertinelli, here in Hollywood together...
Here in Hollywood. It's subtle, but again, they're using association bias. You're associating all the qualities you associate with Hollywood to this product now. And again, it's all good things, right? It's interesting than say here in the Bronx or here in I don't know, anywhere you can imagine that's not favorable. Maybe here in Detroit, here in Compton. They chose Hollywood for a reason, and it's because it's associated with glamour, beauty, stars, all the type of thing that a product like Meaningful Beauty would want to be associated with. Let's keep going though.
Together with an amazing group of ladies.
So what they're doing right here is they're using social proof now. These ladies, okay, they probably look a lot like what the target audience looks like. They're making the product more relatable. Not relatable, I guess, more, it's just more proof that the product will work for you, all right? The ladies here that are supporting the product look like you, so the product's going to work for you. It's just another bias social proof, and it's just building a bigger and bigger case, as I said before, for why you need to buy this product. Let's keep going.
And we're all very excited because in just a few minutes, supermodel Cindy Crawford is going to come out and share how she manages to look so good.
Listen to how she says what Cindy Crawford looks like. Listen to her tone of voice.
Share how she manages to look so good and so youthful at age 43.
I just want to stop it here. She's going to use the tone of voice again in a second. And it's really important. This is something a lot of advertisers, not a lot of advertisers use in their ads, all right? If you've watched Jordan Belford's Straight Line Persuasion, he actually talks about this a lot. And he says tonality is, I don't know the exact percentage, but I think it's something like 23% of communication, all right? Only 9% is your words, and the rest is body language. And something like this, where you don't see Valerie Bertinelli, you don't see her body language, tonality only gets bigger because you can picture her, but you don't see her, and you picture her through her tonality. So this is something that they do very well in this ad. They use very good tonality. And listen to this next portion right here that Valerie says, because it's very good.
In fact, Cindy was recently...
I'm sorry, it comes up in a second. After this.
...featured wearing not a drop of makeup.
Again, this is just more reward. If you like People's Magazine, it's a liking bias. It's more social proof for why Cindy Crawford's amazing. And listen up here. Up here is where the tonality really gets good.
People Magazine's 100 Most Beautiful People issue. Whatever she's doing, it's obviously working. So if you're curious to learn Cindy's secret...
Did you hear that? She went from high pitch to down low and said, if you're curious. All right, she's invoking the curiosity bias again with Cindy's secret. And something else that they do with that is she's using the tone of voice. She's using the secret tonality. I don't know what the word for it is, but when she lowers her voice, it makes it seem like the thing that she's saying is more valuable, and she almost has to whisper to tell you it. Listen again, all right? And you'll see it for sure.
So if you're curious to learn Cindy's secret, it's working. So if you're curious to learn Cindy's secret and find out how you can put it to work for your skin, keep it right here.
Cindy Crawford is amazing.
She's a supermodel. She's gorgeous.
All right. So these first two testimonials are pretty basic. It's just Sharon and Karen, I think her name, or Kathleen. And they just tell you that Cindy is the best, and it's pretty basic social proof. But there's a third testimonial that's coming up, and really listen to what she says because it's a little bit more impactful. Oops.
Oh, she's gorgeous.
You know, she's a mom and she's active. Her skin is beautiful, and obviously she's doing something right. I want to look like Cindy.
All right, let's go back and analyze that right now because her testimonial, if you notice, was a little bit different. She doesn't just give you basic adjectives about Cindy. She actually starts describing her. She says she's a mom, she's active, she's gorgeous, she's whatever, right? Well, what she's doing right there, she's making Cindy Crawford more relatable to the viewer. She's making her seem like she's just like you. She's a mom, she's active, and she's beautiful, as beautiful as you can imagine, all right? She's making it seem like that this product can work for you because it's worked for Cindy Crawford, who is just like you as well. Another thing they do with this testimonial is if you notice her accent, all right? I'll play it again after I talk about it. But if you notice her accent, she actually has a southern draw, all right? And I think what they're doing there is since this ad is mostly played in the United States, they're trying to make it a little bit more relatable to more women across the United States, right? They're trying to reach out to the southern audience. Again, they're making the social proof, they're making, sorry about that, I just cut out. Again, what they're doing though is they're making it seem like that this ad will work for you because it's more proof that it's worked for people who are just like you. So listen to her accent again the second time, and I think you'll realize now that she does have a southern draw.
She's a mom and she's active. Her skin is beautiful, and obviously she's doing something right. I want to look like Cindy.
For more than 15 years, Cindy seems to have defied the aging process. Her skin is remarkably youthful, free of lines or wrinkles.
Notice
Is it
all
magic?
face shots.
Or could Cindy have a real secret to lasting youth?
So what they did right there, going back, is they just showed her face a lot of times. Just really more reward of her smiling, whatever. I was trying to get a good piece. And at the end, if you listen, he's like, does she have a lasting secret or whatever? They're invoking the curiosity bias again. So let's play it.
Magic? Or could Cindy have a real secret to lasting youth?
Cindy's been around doing this since she was a young woman, and she's 43 now. Nobody lasts that long in her business. Only Cindy has.
She's proud to say I am 43 and I look great, which is pretty fantastic. And we all want to know, what is Cindy Crawford's secret?
So what they did right there is they used the two influencers to give a little bit of social proof for why Cindy Crawford is amazing. Give you some more reasons that she's kind of old, but she's still a supermodel and looks gorgeous. I mean, just look at her right there. And at the end, again, they hit you with the curiosity bias. And if you notice throughout the whole ad, the curiosity bias is present, all right? And it's going to be present for the rest of the ad as well. Spoiler alert. But that's just something so powerful that not enough advertisers, in my opinion, use. And this ad is just great at it. But let's keep going and see how they do it.
The secret to Cindy's wrinkle-free skin is French anti-aging specialist, Dr. Jean-Louis Sabag.
All right, I wanted to stop it here because it's really important that we point out what that narrator just said about this man right here. So if you notice her exact words, she says something, not very exact, I know, something, French anti-aging specialist, Dr. Jean-Louis Sabag, all right? So first they're making it a point to mention that he's from France, and they're using the association bias again, similar to how they did it with Hollywood, but this time with France. If you think to what do you associate France with, you probably associate it with love, with beauty, that kind of thing, and they're putting it onto Dr. Jean-Louis Sabag, and they're putting it onto the product of Meaningful Beauty. Next, they make it a point to say that Dr. Jean-Louis Sabag is a doctor. All right, he's a doctor. They're using the authority bias there, And what that basically states that is when we encounter people who we perceive to have authority, say they're a doctor, a police officer, they have some sort of title, we tend to believe them more and are more persuaded by them. So let's keep going.
His youth-enhancing treatments are so miraculous, he's been hailed as the skin magician, the wonder doctor, and even the youth guru.
So what they did right there is they just did some social proof of why Dr. Sabag's so good. He's the youth guru, the skin magician, the wonder doctor, and they have places like the Daily Express just showing proof for why it is. Even though me and you don't know who the Daily Express or Allure is, you might know, I don't. It's still going to use the bias of social proof in our mind that people are saying it. And for the people that do know it, it's going to be some liking bias again that really bolster the case for why Dr. John Sabag is the youth guru.
Dr. Sabag is one of the most sought-after skin doctors on Earth.
What did she say there? Dr. Sabag is one of the most sought-after skin doctors on Earth. She's giving you some social proof right there that Dr. Sabag is one of the best ones out there, and so many people are trying to chase him that he has some secret and he's finally revealing it. It's just crazy.
With models and VIP clients who flock to him for his exclusive treatments and
formulas. What she says there, with models and VIP actresses or clients that flock to him for his exclusive treatments and formulas. Notice she chose to use the word exclusive. All right, that implies that his formulas are scarce, right? If it's exclusive, that means not everybody gets it, and that there's a limited number, or that there's some sort of level, or you have to do something to get it, right? What that's invoking is the scarcity bias. And a lot of ads do this with countdown timers, and this ad would definitely do it at the end. We're not going to get to see it, but they would probably do something like if you call in the next 10 minutes, you'll get the deal. And yeah, that was just a scarcity bias. Again, another bias to bolster the case. Let's keep going.
Formulas.
Dr. Sabag, I mean, he's my guy.
All right, hold on. I need to preface this little scene right here. Make sure you listen to what Cindy's saying. All right, this metaphor she uses is it's incredible. I want to applaud the writers for this one because it's kind of funny, but it really works. Listen to what she says, and I'll explain why it works after.
Dr. Sabag, I mean, he's my guy. It's like, I'm not even looking. It's like when you married the right guy, you're done, you're not looking. Well, he's just so ahead of his time in terms of anti-aging.
What she did there is compare Dr. Sabag and his treatments to marriage and being happily ever after. And if we're being frank, most of the women that watch this probably want to be married and live happily ever after. It's a very good metaphor because it's linking, again, it's associating meaningful beauty, Dr. Sabag's treatments, all right, what we're about to see in 1 second, with being married, being happy, and living happily ever after. Let's see it. All right, here comes the secret. Get ready.
So what special magic does Dr. Sabag have that's kept Cindy Crawford looking so youthful for so long?
And really what they're just building the anticipation right now. They didn't tell you what it is still. What does he have? What does he have? The curiosity bias is firing on all cylinders throughout this whole ad.
His secret lies in a remote region in the south of France.
And they use 2 more biases right there. His secret lies in a remote region of the south of France. Before, I told you that most shots are of faces and fruit. Well, this is actually 1/3 type of shot that I didn't mention, and it's landscapes. We were evolved to love beautiful landscapes, and look at what they showed here. Another visually pleasing photo. And keep in mind, or pay attention, or take notice, I should say, to what they said before they showed this picture. They said, his secret lies in a remote region in the south of France. And this invokes a curiosity bias again, because who doesn't want to know what's in that remote region in the south of France? But not only that, it's a little bit more scarce. I mean, it's only in the remote region in the south of France. Even though this is not necessarily true, they did say it. And it's talking to our unconscious mind, using more and more biases on us. So we're not even going to make a logical decision by the end of the time this ad ends. Let's keep going.
In the south of France.
At a secluded natural field, scientists have cultivated a rare melon.
All right, they use like a bunch right there. Let's play it again, because there's so many I lost count.
Scientists have cultivated a...
His secret lies in a remote region in the south of France.
at a secluded natural field.
A secluded natural field. All right, secluded again, a little bit more scarce, a little bit more secret. That's curiosity bias. Natural field, we went over why they used the word natural, and they made it a point to mention it again, that this is a natural field. What does that mean? I don't know, but they still said it, and it's talking to your subconscious mind. And
scientists have cultivated a rare melon containing a...
And they say scientists, a little bit of authority, have cultivated a rare melon, and it's making it scarce once again. It's really quite mind-boggling how many biases they were able to get in this ad. And it's only been, keep in mind, this ad started at 20 seconds, so 2 minutes and 40 seconds. And how many biases were there? All right, so I just went back and counted my way through the ad and found that there was 29 different cases of a bias being used, and in a lot of them there was multiple biases being used. So round it all, there's probably somewhere near 50, 60 different biases being used throughout the ad. And keep in mind, this ad was only like 2 minutes and 40 seconds. So you can take from that whatever you want, but it goes to show you that just how many levels this ad was really hitting you on. And just for fun, I actually went back and counted how many cuts they had, because if you notice throughout the ad, they cut almost every second. And when you do that, you find there's 79 cuts and 160 seconds of video, or that should be a 260. Or no, 160 seconds. It's 2 minutes and 40 seconds, but 160 total seconds. So if you do some easy math, 160 divided by 80 would be 2. So a little over 2 seconds per each cut. You can also take what you want from that too. All in all, a very well-made ad. And if you ever need to add the model your own success after, this is the one to do it. Anyways, that's all for this video right now. If you have any suggestions for the next ad you want me to dissect, or have any questions, commentaries about the things I said, please leave it in the comment section below, and I will definitely respond to you. So, peace.